people who are joining us right now, for them to understand what has been your journey so far, what degree did you do, how did USCMA happen, and now what is your current life looking like. So here first I'll be introducing yourself to them. So here we have guys with us, Mehi Vora today. She holds a bachelor's into finance and accounts. The BAC degree, which we all know, is very popular when it comes to amalgamating it with the USCMA course. And she has a very, very strong base when it comes to financial accounting, costing, budgeting, strategy, financial forecasting. I think that's all what you are learning all of this while, and that's what you are working in as well. And I think you belong to the Colgate company, which all of
Yes.
us know. Right. So tell me, how did USCMA happen to you? How has been your journey so far?
Sure, sure. So first of all, thank you so much, Aslesha, for such a warm introduction.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you, like special thanks to all the participants because I know it's weekend. Everyone might have some or the other plan, and still you're choosing to invest your time in joining something productive. So thank you so much for that. Okay, so I'll tell my journey about like why did I choose CMAs. Particularly, I belong from the Gujarati family, so business was one of the like most suspect. I want to go in a business. Okay, so that was very clear for me. But I don't want it to go into traditional one. I want to go into modern one.
Right.
So when I was researching about various courses, I realized like CMA US is the one that gives you us like a strategy over.
Right.
You can plan, you can take a decision, you can also take
Right.
into leadership roles.
Right.
So that's when I decided like yeah, CMA US is the right course for me.
So a lot of people over here, like when well, I used to counsel all of my students, they had this one factor that yeah, they have this traditional mindset कि जो भी इंडिया में होता है वो अच्छा होता है. So how difficult was it, or maybe how easy was it for you to convince your folks at the back of the day? How did you want to go into USCM and not join the traditional business way altogether?
Okay, okay. So basically, I'll say I want to be very, very honest over here. Before enrolling for the CMA, I didn't told my parents. Okay, I enrolled,
Okay.
and then after
So
the
this
like,
was a surprise to them
yes,
that you
this
are
was a
here.
surprise for
Oh, nice.
them. Yes, I was doing internship, and then I decided to enroll, and then after the results came, like after I started studying, they came to
Hmm.
know. Yeah,
Nice. So
yes.
was it a sweet surprise or a shock to them that okay, this is happening, say he's doing this? How was it?
Yeah, in the beginning they were a bit concerned, like is a US CMA. People
Right.
were not much aware at that point of
Aware.
time.
Right.
But they were a bit shocked. But when the things were going in a very good flow, I was
Hmm.
getting the opportunities and everything, then they realized,
Hmm.
yeah, it was the one of the best decision I took.
ठीक है तो बढ़िया किया है कुछ मतलब
Yes,
बेटी
yes,
से.
yes.
Okay, perfect. So now there are say a couple of questions that we need to go right deep into. These
Yes.
questions are more or less based out of what is USCMA as a whole. How does it help students to get to the position that they are looking forward to, even if it is the entrepreneurship way, or even if it is say in the big four and the big sixes, like the big leagues that we talk about. Now, these
Yes.
questions will be a mix of whatever your experiences as well and what you felt while you were in the journey of USCMA, because it's very easier for us to say, but you've done it all together. So your experience
Yes.
will be all mattering here. We will begin with, could you tell us a little about your own CMA journey and how it shaped your thinking as an accounting professional today?
Okay, okay, sure, definitely. I was expecting this question.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so basically, I'll say I started my CMA US in the month of
Hmm.
Jan 2024, and I completed in
24.
Feb 2025. It took me almost like 12 months and 19
Right.
days. I know it
Right.
very precisely.
Yes.
Okay, so I'll say I have invested like 4 to 4.5 months for each part, giving
Okay.
6 to 7 hours daily for the studies because I
Right.
was from the lockdown batch, and we all know
Right.
what we have
Right.
studied there. So yeah,
Yes.
so that was it.
Uh,
And while I was preparing, I'll tell my preparation strategy as well. Okay, so basically, as an Indian, we have the habit of like going to the video lectures and
hmm.
then start like with notes and all this. So it
Hmm.
gets too much. So in the very beginning, I committed this mistake. I was also following the same strategy. However, after a point, I realized like this is not working out for me. I
No.
have to change it for. So then what I started, I first used to go with the video lectures that were provided
Hmm.
by Zell. Okay,
Hmm.
then I used to refer to the notes, whatever notes that were available. Okay, so I used to go with that notes. Then I used to solve the MCQ. Okay, that is one
Right.
of the best part over the like
Right.
CMAs. So
Case
once you
case
solve
studies based
MCQ,
questions. Yeah.
yes. Then I also used to check whether it is right and wrong and what's the
Hmm.
reason. What's the reason
Hmm.
for each option to be correct and not? Okay, so
Right.
that helped me to get a very like good understanding of what is happening in the situation and how I can
Correct.
tackle it in the future. Yeah.
I think that gave you more conceptual clarity, not just
Yes.
you mugging up with the entire thing. Because अगर उस type का और एक question आया तो you knew how to tackle it. So
Yes.
that I
Yes.
think is a very good way to work on it. And ये traditional Indian education system जैसा नहीं है USCA में. So you need to
नहीं.
work on that way that okay you understand that okay इसके the study pattern for it is going to be very different as compared to the regional Indian way that we do. So that was
Yes.
one good point that I would take away from here. But tell me something about the faculties. Like, do you have a favorite or which
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
Am I expecting the name? Yes, I am.
Yeah,
Tell me.
Sandilia sir is my favorite
Yes,
faculty, and Nidhi
yes,
ma'am, she is wonderful. Like both of them
yes.
has helped me a lot.
Right. So this was more into that while they were also teaching you, they were somewhere inculcating all your values also because when you teach us, there's something else to be taken home with you as well. So I think that
Yes.
give and forth relationship was very good when it comes to both of them. So part
Hmm.
one, part two, dono bhi, it was very easier or maybe sorted. And whenever there was a doubt or something, it was easily catered to as well.
Yes, yes, yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Moving on with the second question. See, as and how we grew up in this Indian education society, referring to the CMA that we have so far, it's often called the gold standard in management accounting. Correct. There are a lot of opportunities. There's CA, there is ACCA, there is CMA India, there is Australian CMA. Then this is specifically something which is referred to as a gold standard into management accounting. In your view, what sets it apart from all the other professional qualifications into accounting that we have today? What do you
Okay,
think?
okay, sure. So what is the one reason for this? Okay, basically is the diversification that CMA US conduct. Like there are the in a
Hmm.
department, there is a department that is a financial planning, performance and analytics, and part
Right,
two that is the strategic financial management. Okay,
right,
and each of this part conducts like connects the six sections, has a
right,
six sections, yes, and
right,
all these six sections are into the different industry related area that are teaching you something related to industry. So
right,
that is what is the one of the best part, and that's the reason
right,
this conducted as a golden standard. Okay,
right.
you don't only learn the theory, you learn how to apply it practically.
Correct. So
Yeah.
practical evaluation of whatever you learn is why USCMA is more preferred than the other professional qualifications that we have. And this is
Yes.
not just you refer to the theory, mark the correct MCQ, you are passing the paper. But while we go through the paper, say maximum 2.5 to 3 hours of your time are going into multiple choice questions.
Yes.
Post
Yes.
which comes the case study based questions, which is actually now, if you refer to the corporate, you are in a corporate today, you know how problem statement needs a problem solution. And that's technically what you do in the paper also. So they're
Yes.
kind of preparing you for whatever is to be coming later. So the entire journey for 4 hours runs like this.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
That's
with that clarity, we'll move to see. There are some people, I think there might be some in the audience also, because we deal with students all throughout our day. So, there are some
yes.
people that still associate CMA with costing, like how you do it in CA or how you do it in ACCA. Vesa. How accurate is that today, and how has the role of CMA revolved beyond that?
Okay, okay. So thank you so much for this question. I would take this
Yes,
question in a very detail. Okay, like what are the roles that
yeah,
are available and how you can actually
right,
go with this thing. Okay, so basically CMA is
right,
not limited to costing because of the 12 sections that
hmm,
it covers. Okay, I'll go with
right,
each and everything like P2P. Okay, let's take
hmm,
P2P. P2P
hmm,
is the basically and department procure to pay. I'll give you
right,
a quick example over here. Okay, let's assume as a Colgate, as I'm working in a Colgate, we want to buy something from the supplier. We want flavors.
right,
Okay, so for that we have to plan like which are the vendors that
hmm,
we are going to choose. We will
hmm,
receive the quotation until the
hmm.
time we make a payment. Okay, the accounts payable. So this entire procure to pay, that is where the CMA can have an edge over. Okay, in
Right.
planning which vendors to choose. Okay, and all. Then there is also an O2C. O2C is basically order to cash. Okay,
Hmm.
in the order to cash, till the time you receive an order. Okay, let's assume I am getting an order from Walmart. Okay, till the time it gets converted into cash. Okay, till the time cash is the king. We all know that is what is
Yeah.
needed.
Right.
So till the time it gets converted into cash, that is accounts receivable. So this is also included in the procedure. Then we have R2R, FP&A, and lot of others. I'll explain it in a very short term. Currently, R2R basically is like a record to report. Okay,
Right.
we as a we need to record each and every transaction that is happening. Okay, because we want that books to be clear. We want it to look good in the front of the auditors, shareholders. Okay, so every transaction is being recorded and it is being created as reports like quarterly budgets, okay, quarterly like reports, ad hoc reports, and other reports as well that is needed for business, like a cash flow report, a balance sheet, and all this. That is monthly, month-end reporting and all. That is what you are going to do in a record to report. Then comes to FP&A. FP&A, one of my favorite part.
Okay. A lot of people choose R2R, P2P, and FP&A only because we also deal with students like every day. They're like R2R से FP&A में जाना है, FP&A से R2R में जाना है, R2R से O2C पे जाना है. So we all understand how this flow is. Like whatever you do, these are just the branches of how USCMA will land you into a company.
Yes. So, yes. So basically, in the FP&A, like
your favorite profile.
Yeah, my favorite profile. It's like budgeting, planning, and creating strategy. For example, last year I purchased the like raw material for 100 rupees. And this month I am purchasing it for 110. So what is the reason I am paying 10 rupees extra? Was it because of the inventory cost? What is because of the freight? What's the reason for that? So analyzing that, like in-depth analysis of the reason, that is where the FP&A comes in. Okay. You are like dealing with a business कि क्या हो रहा है, क्यों हो रहा है, पूरा तुम्हें पता होना चाहिए कि हाँ business acumen वो चाहिए ना, वो बनिया वाला दिमाग. So that is what is needed over here.
Because उसके अलावा कुछ होगा नहीं कि यार इसके आगे क्या करना है, ये हुआ तो क्यों हुआ, तो हम आगे क्या बताएं. Everything is covered in that FP&A वाला. Or maybe even if it is just budgeting or even if it is just forecasting, you technically are somewhere who you are going to report with these to the auditors, to the CEOs who are actually going to be representing all of that ahead. So yeah, I think I get why it is your favorite profile.
Yes.
Anything additional that you'd want to add over here for people who are looking forward to go ahead in this profile, be it people who are freshers or if people who are coming with a work ex, if they want to switch? Do you have any ways in which you can tell them that, okay, this is how you can run smoothly via this?
Yes. So basically, if you want to go into FP&A, I'll say CMA is one of the best schools. Okay, personally, I have experienced this. Okay, if you do CMA along with that, I'll say you have to build a three thing. Okay, here also I would like to give a short example. Okay, let's assume we are planning to go to Goa. Okay, we are just not going to see what are the places we are going to visit. We are also going to see accommodation. Okay, what is the food that is going to be provided? Then what are the places we are going to like stay? In the same way, companies, the MNCs, startups, everyone is looking for the individual who has all the skills. Okay, like a pack. You should be multi-talented over here. So you should have a right amount of a technical skills, soft skills, and a business acumen. Okay, and I'll also go deep into this as well in the next questions. Yeah.
Okay. So that we have the theme of this session, like how we started, and we've been talking about all this while, is also that from costing to strategy, what we just briefly spoke about as well. In your experience, how does a CMA make that leap from number cruncher to a strategic thinker? What do you think?
Okay. So I think here over I would like to address CMA does not only teach you like how to work with numbers. It also teaches you why the numbers are like, for example, if there is an increase, what's the reason for that? It tells you about the percentage. You know, that dashboards that we prepare in the front of management, we provide, that is what the CMA has to do. They have to prepare this dashboard. They have to give like reason for each and everything. Like, if we have spent more on the marketing, what is the reason? And what is the result for that? Okay. If we have spent 10% more as compared to last year, is there increase in a 20% sale? Is that is happening? Okay. So that is the reason you have the decision-making power. And as a CMA, you don't have to coordinate with a single department like finance. You have to coordinate with marketing department, sales department, HR department, operations, technology, IT department. So
Logistics also, I guess, until some point.
yes,
Logistics
yes,
as
yes,
well, yeah.
yes,
So it's a power involved with everyone, but only one person to report it ahead.
yes,
Right.
yes,
Okay. So here, it to conclude it, I would say that the USCMA is not only about numbers, but
yeah,
how well are you able to represent those numbers as well when it comes time. Because yeah, of course, when it comes to CMA, when you're reporting and everything, all the data should be accurately correct as well. Like that's
yes,
one thing that all the people should know about, but also your soft skills or maybe how you report, how you represent yourself with the data is also why you are, say, they call you a USCMA at the end of the day. Yes, so
yes,
guys, if you have any questions, please drop it in the chat box. After the end of the webinar, one will be taken by Sneha, Sehiyodi, wahi bolegi.
yes, yes.
As
I'll be
in par,
open to take all the
yeah,
questions.
right. So whatever questions you all have, just put it in the chat box and we'll take it ahead after the webinar part.
Yeah,
So we
yes,
come to our next question, which is while CMA is rooted in accounting, it seems to open doors far beyond just bookkeeping and reporting, like the boring stuff.
yes,
What
yes,
are
yes.
some surprising areas where you see CMA thrive?
Okay. Yeah. So I have seen people in the business finance, even
Hmm.
investment banking, fund accounting,
Right, right,
supply chain finance.
right.
Personally, I'm working at supply chain finance.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll go in depth as well in
Hmm.
each of this area. Okay.
Hmm.
Consulting roles and financial
Hmm.
analysis, and
Right,
even people are also working as a like business advisor. Okay. Risk
right,
management as well. So,
right.
for example, I'll give the example of supply chain finance. Okay,
Hmm.
so basically, we have to do inventory costing.
Right.
There is a one product. Like I'll say, I'll give the Colgate example because I
Hmm.
know the
So
things
yeah,
very well.
market in and out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yes. So basically, we have the Colgate total product. Okay,
Hmm.
over here. So what is the cost that is going to be previous year? What is the next
Hmm.
year? We have to deal with that. Okay, and we
Hmm.
are providing it in the, for example, other country. We are
Hmm.
like giving it to the euro. Okay,
Hmm.
so what is the best route that we should choose? We should go with the airway or waterway. What is the route that
Hmm.
we should choose?
Hmm.
Okay, along with that, we also have to deal with
Hmm.
whether we should take a discount or whether we should
Hmm.
pay immediately. Okay, that
Right.
is how we have to deal, and that is where they need CMA for this because
Right.
of the like even at Colgate, I know almost 70 to 80% that has been hired are CMAs in this particular
Hmm.
department. Yes,
Great.
yes, and
Yes.
if we come to fund accounting, so fund
Hmm.
accounting is basically the concept where you have to like manage a fund for the high net worth individual. In
Hmm.
India, the people who have like earning or net worth of 5 crore or even more than
Hmm.
5 crore
Hmm.
comes in HNIs. Okay, so you
Right.
have to manage their fund, like where you can diversify, what how you can help them to create their portfolio for the
Hmm.
maximum return. So that is how the fund accounting is. Investment banking, we all know, like
Right.
mergers,
Hottest field. Yeah.
yes, restructuring and all these things. That is what is being taken into investment banking. Then
Hmm.
consulting role. They provide a great advice. Like as a CMA, if you have a good amount of experience, I
Hmm.
say that this comes with experience. Okay, so
Right.
once
Right.
you have a good experience, once you have the technical skills and the like business acumen that you have
Hmm.
developed over a period of time, you can also go into consulting. Okay, so this
Right.
consulting is going to help the business to take the right decision at a right point
Correct.
of a time. Then
Right.
internal audit, that is also a new area that has been
Right.
opened. Okay,
Right.
so internal audit, basically you have to check like SOX auditing, whether we are following
Hmm.
the rules and regulations, if we are
Hmm.
doing the things in a correct manner, are we lagging behind? So that is how
Hmm.
the internal audit works, and all the other things that I might have missed a lot of other opportunities as
Right.
well. They are opening currently, like currently the
Right.
doors are open. So yeah,
Right. So you think that there is going to be a boom? We already see a boom all of these years. Like I have been dealing with students for USCMA, CCA, CFA for the past 10 to 12 years now. We've already
yes.
seen the boom coming up from where we started to how we are right now. What do you think the next 5 years are going to look as if you did the degree of USCMA right now? What do you
Okay,
see?
okay. So I'll say if you have USTMA plus right amount of technical and financial knowledge, I think
Hmm.
in the next 5 years you can actually target the leadership role. Okay.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
I have seen person who is working in a business finance, who are working
Yeah.
in the MNC like
Right.
PepsiCo,
Hmm.
like Microsoft, Google, and
Hmm.
even at the like Deloitte, EY, Big
Hmm.
Four, our favorite. Okay. So people are
Yeah,
working in the product based, service based, and other industries as well.
right. So you think that okay, CMAs are technically very flexible to be working into fields of both finance and accounts. So which is why they can thrive into whatever shoes that they fit into, is how I
Yes,
would like to conclude this. Right.
yes, definitely.
Now, coming to the next question, this is a little on the basis of the curriculum that we have for the USCMA course. The
Mhm.
curriculum covers strategic planning that we know already, performance
Yes.
management, which I think is in part one, and analytics. Right? How do these topics prepare someone to tackle real business challenges?
Okay, sure. So I'll go into each and every section. I'll give a brief understanding of how these
Right.
sections are related.
Correct.
Okay, for example, in the part one,
Hmm.
financial planning, performance analytics,
Hmm.
section A, it's like a financial reporting. Like
Right.
you have to see how the various statements are made, whether it is
Right.
balance sheet, cash flow statement, income statement,
Right.
comprehensive income statement, equity, all these
Correct.
things are covered. Okay, so you
Right.
have the thorough understanding of how it
Hmm.
is prepared, what are the line items, what is the net
Hmm.
revenue. Okay,
Hmm.
then coming to the second like section in the
Hmm.
part one, planning, budgeting, and forecasting. My favorite section
Yeah.
personally. Okay. So
Yeah.
it almost covers like how you analyze the variance. Okay.
Hmm.
How you help the business. What are the various methods of creating the
Hmm.
budgets? That is what is covered in the section B. Okay. Then coming to the
B.
section C. Section C is like a performance management. Okay. Like
Right.
tracking the various key performance indicators. What is
Correct.
a balanced scorecard? I know some terms are very technical. I
Right.
hope you're understanding, guys.
Yes.
Okay. So like KPIs and all these things, that is what is the performance management. Then come to the costing. We all
Right.
know like the CMA costing CMA.
Costing. Costing. Yeah.
Yes, so it also covers terms related like process costing, job order costing.
Hmm.
What are the different terminologies in the costing? Okay,
Hmm.
and then coming to the internal controls, we all need the
Right.
internal controls in one or the other way.
Right. Right.
Okay, so that is what it covers. And the best part, like the section six section, that is the technology and analytics. Okay,
Right.
that covers basically like AI related stuff. What is a cyber
Oh.
security, blockchain, all this topic. So that
Hmm.
is going to help you to have the in-depth knowledge. You are not just learning about one term. You
Hmm.
have the surface knowledge, like surface level knowledge of all the areas. Okay,
Correct.
and coming to the part two, it's like a
Hmm.
financial ratios in the first sections. You
Hmm.
learn about comparative balance sheet analysis and other statement analysis. Then if we come to the second section, corporate finance,
Right.
M&A, restructuring, mergers
Right.
acquisition, and all these things are covered in the second section.
Everything
How the
that an
takeover,
investment
how the
banker
takeover also
learns
happens.
comes into the part two wala section.
Uh,
Everything that it would take a
yes,
person to be an investment banker or something related to money will all come in that वो वाला section. Investment decisions है,
that
risk
section.
management है, financial statement analysis है. So all of that is yeah. You may continue. You were saying something.
Yeah. So that is what is covered. You exactly you mentioned it very correctly. So if
Right.
we go into the section C, like so
Hmm.
that is basically into like decision making. What
Hmm.
decision you should take, whether you should buy a product or whether you should like
Hmm.
purchase or manufacture it internally. Okay, whether you should
Hmm.
spend on the
Hmm.
marketing this much or this much. Okay, it all comes to
Hmm.
decision making. That is when you
Correct.
have the strategy. That is where the strategy plays a main role. Okay, you have to
Correct.
decide what is best for my
Right.
organization.
Right.
Okay, so that is what is, and then we come to the risk management because
Hmm.
every business has some or the other way of risk.
Hmm.
So it helps you to understand what are the various risks are there
Hmm.
and how this risk are related to the business and how you can
Correct.
like mitigate them. Okay,
Correct.
then comes the investment decision. Okay,
Hmm.
that is where the foundation for CFA comes in. Okay,
Correct.
that helps you to understand like which project you should invest in, like
Hmm.
calculating the capital budget for every project, like payback method, and all these are covered
Hmm.
in this topic.
Hmm.
And
Right.
then we come to professional ethics. That
Professional
is
ethics.
very much required.
Right.
So it is like covers like what rules you should follow as a management accountant. What are
Hmm.
your rules and responsibilities if you join?
Correct.
Okay, so
Right.
that is what is covered, and that's the reason it has the wide open area for everyone to
Right.
get in.
Correct.
Yes.
Now we know that in part one, planning, budgeting, forecasting, which is your current job portfolio as well, where you are currently. What about part two? Like,
Yes.
which is that one topic which you think is very close to your heart and then you would love to work if given an opportunity to that field? Like, if you wanted to shift from
Hmm.
PPF to something into finance, what would you select?
Okay, okay. So in choosing a topic among partner, I'll think I'll go for the investment decision. Okay.
Right.
Because like learning about where to invest, why to invest.
Yeah.
At the end,
Where
you
to
want to make
invest,
money.
why
That
to
is the main
invest,
thing.
how to invest, everything.
How to
And
invest. Yes.
depending upon like how much money is it coming to me, what sort of a commission am I earning if the
Yes.
corpus is in profit, and all of that stuff. So usually finance wala part is selected by people who want to make a major chunk when it comes to money, but everything comes with certain work responsibilities as well. Like if there is an
Yes.
A, there has to be a B so that it equals to zero. Right. So coming to the next question, can you share an example of how a CMA qualification helped you or someone stepped into a leadership or high impact role? We were just talking about that.
Okay, okay. So for this question particularly, I have connected with many individuals,
Correct.
even like the people in my organization, my managers, the senior level people, I have connected with them. Then people
Correct.
working in different organizations. So they
Correct.
are at a leadership role, they are at a
Right.
management role. Okay, they are into
Right.
business finance role, they are into
Right.
financial controller, plant controller, this kind of
Hmm.
roles that they are. And that
Hmm.
comes with like duration of 3 to 5 years, you can get in. Okay,
Right.
yeah. So that is what I have seen. And
Hmm.
currently I have people working in like I know people
Hmm.
working in like service now and all this. So that
Hmm.
is the level of the like hierarchy you can reach after
Right.
this. So yeah.
Correct. So, what are certain designations that people look up to when they complete the USCMA course? That is irrespective of people having a license, not having a license. Like there must be certain positions or maybe certain designations that people look up to, right, when they complete both the papers. For part one, we know that they are into financial reporting, performance manager, asset management, M&As, and everything. What
Yes.
about part two? Like when it comes to finance, what do you think are major designations that a lot of people look up to while they complete both the papers?
Okay, okay. So I'll say like financial analysts, they want to become
Right.
a financial analyst. Then they want to go into business analyst. That is
Correct.
also one of the great thing. Consulting role, business advisory, and risk
Hmm.
management. These are the roles that people target. I have
Look
seen
up
in
to.
my surrounding. So
Right.
yeah,
So
yes.
if it is someone who's not from the same field of commerce, a lot of questions are being asked with this, with a lot of students who we counsel. Maybe I'm not from the commerce background. I'm someone who is from science or arts and maybe then switched. Especially engineers today who are
Hmm.
investing into markets because of growth and everything. And now they want to do this as a full time because they know that, okay, I can maybe earn profits here a lot better than my current day job. Now, for them, how would you invest a USCMA to be comparatively? Because for them, this is a very different field. They are not from the
Yes.
background of balance sheets and credibilities and debts and assets and everything. They want to
Hmm.
learn it all together. It's a new journey for them. How would you rate a USCMA program for them to start off? And what sort of an opportunity can they look up to? Current
Okay.
market scenario.
Sure, sure, sure. So this question I'll say I have addressed it. Okay. And I
Hmm.
have seen the people at a senior level as well. Okay. Who
Correct.
are at the position of manager and even at
Hmm.
the, I'll say CFO in the startups.
Hmm.
Okay. They are also
Wow.
pursuing CMA. I have seen this
Yeah.
particularly.
Right.
Okay. So
Wow.
why they are choosing? Because of the analysis that they get into.
Hmm.
And if someone is from the engineering science background,
Hmm.
I think they can also do because of
Right.
the things are explained from the very basics. Okay, it is
Correct.
being taught as if like teaching to the 15-year-old. Okay, so they
Oh,
learn
okay.
everything from that manner. And
Right.
I think also the various institute also provide the pre-learning session. Okay, so
Correct. We
that
also do
even
that.
Zell, yes, even
Right.
Zell provide that. So that is going to help you to create the base. Okay,
Hmm.
and definitely you can move into. And nowadays, even if you are engineer, okay, even you
Hmm.
if you are from science background, okay, and if
Hmm.
you want to become a head, like a product management project
Correct.
manager, you want to know
Correct.
finance as well. So you want your degree engineering plus finance to be a great combination to rule
Correct.
over that market, to rule over
Correct.
that particular area. So
Correct.
that is
Fair.
why I'll say it is going to helpful for them as well.
Correct.
And I know even Zell at Zell also many people are doing
A
from the other
lot.
backgrounds.
Yes. Right.
Yes.
We have our academic heads also who kind of invest people into fintech, who are currently working in fintech right now. The only way to go ahead with something to go into that prospect or maybe that sort of a designation or center is why don't you pursue USCMA, create a good base, then you can directly apply to managerial positions because your degree is a combination of technicalities plus finance, which
Finance.
is
Yes.
the basic you need to enter any fintech today. And fintech covers almost 85% of today's market. So if you're
Yes.
looking for good money, or maybe if you're looking for a good designation, good growth opportunities, even if in India and abroad, people usually choose the same sector to move on.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
Concluding that, we have our next question, which is uh, which what kind of companies or industries are actively looking for CMAs today? We just spoke about that. And how does the demand differ across regions or sectors? What do you think?
Okay, okay, definitely, definitely. So this is a question even I had when I joined the
Yeah,
Colgate. Okay,
right,
so which people hire the CMS? Okay,
right, right,
so this is very subjective answer, but I think
right.
almost all the companies, like
Yeah.
whether it's in a MNC, a startup,
Hmm.
need
Hmm.
CMA directly or indirectly. They need a CMA. That is
Correct,
for sure. But
correct.
the thing is, they don't know that they need a CMA. They actually put it in another way. They give in a roles. Okay, as a
Right.
CMA, if you start finding a role like related to CMA, it is very difficult to get in. But
Correct.
if you target a role, okay, in a like as a financial controller, you're applying. There is a
Hmm.
high probability that you are going to get selected. Okay,
Correct.
and
Yeah.
one thing I'll mention over here is many companies what they do, they club it
Hmm.
under the CFA, CPA, ACCA.
Hmm.
So you can apply to that roles as well. Okay, you don't have
Okay.
to apply for only CMA targeted roles. You can apply that
Correct.
role and you can get selected. So yeah,
Correct.
you can go for this roles as well.
So
And
I would conclude
yeah,
this key, don't go behind the degree, but look what designation are you interested into to apply. Because I think
yes,
USCM is very flexible. Anyone
yes,
who knows finance and accounts, FNA, can handle both the fields of finance and accounts, not sticking to only CFAs or CPAs because you all are also as in demand as them. You all might be paid a little more because, of course, those are like technical backgrounds sticking to only one profile. Here you can
yes,
explore both of them. Apply for IJPs. A lot of people in school, Colgate or maybe any other professional qualification wala company also do the same. That if in case I have an experience, maybe in 1 year's time, if I need a promotion, I will switch my profile to see how well am I doing in both these things. So yeah.
yes, yes.
So it's
And
not anywhere related to a region or maybe it's not related to a state or maybe India or abroad. So yeah.
no, no, it's globally accepted. Plus,
Correct.
I'll give you some names, okay, to know the
Yeah.
companies. Okay,
Yeah.
Big Four, they actively hire CMAs.
Right.
Every product-based company, like let's take Nestle, Colgate, HUL, okay, Johnson and Johnson, PepsiCo, ServiceNow, all this company also hire. And even the service-based industry, Accenture, Capgemini, IBM, all these people are also looking for the CMAs, the Shaw, Citco, all these
Right.
companies, but they
Correct.
don't actually know, like say that they are looking for CMA. They
Mhm.
come into finance. You can apply to
Mhm.
any finance role. You are not restricted to that. So
Correct.
yeah,
And it might be in any range, even if you're a fresher, even if you're someone who's a manager today, even if you're looking for the CEO, CFOs, every sector is open to them. It's just that see what designation you want to apply for and then maybe apply. And to add on
yes,
that, I think via Zell also if you go, because they have these, how do you say, it, like 50 people, 100 people all going together for the placement while training. So we at Zell started while the student completes at least one paper only. We don't
hmm.
wait until both the papers are done so that it becomes a smoother journey for the student to get through, so that they are
Yes,
also aware कि, okay, is this my liking or no, maybe I want to switch to finance, so they can look for finance related positions. So
yes,
that also helps a lot of students because they get a technical understanding पहले ही. They don't have to wait until both the papers are done for them to
hmm.
apply. So then
Yes,
that's the time to figure out when you have your results in hand, okay, which company, what designation should I apply for? I think a
yes,
little
absolutely,
course of trial does work well for everyone. Coming
absolutely,
to
absolutely correct.
I think the most favorite question that a lot of people are going to have. It's related to the AI and changing AI. So with automation and AI changing, how accounting works, like the traditional method of accounting, how does CMA stay relevant and ensure its professionals stay in demand?
Okay, okay. I think this is the question everyone has,
Right.
and as you mentioned that it is the most like burning area for
Sought
now.
after, yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I'll say about the AI. First thing,
Hmm.
the AI is never going to learn the first principles. Okay.
Right.
You are the one that is going to know the business and the
Hmm.
first principle of your business.
Correct.
Definitely. At the point you have to integrate the AI in
Correct.
your various professions, whatever you are doing, right?
Correct. Correct.
But however, first principle is what you need to know before
Hmm.
joining any organization. And when it comes to AI, okay, I'll say
Hmm.
about IMA. First thing, the
Hmm.
IMA provides its Institute of Management Accounting, the
Correct.
like the institute that conducts the CMA examination.
Correct.
They provide the various chapters. Okay, they have various chapters: Mumbai chapter,
Hmm. Hmm.
Bangalore chapter, Hyderabad chapter. What they
Hmm.
do, they conduct a lot of seminars, webinars,
Yeah.
and all these things.
Right.
Okay, and in that seminars and all these things, they actually teach about AI, okay,
Hmm.
ML, machine learning, how it is
Hmm.
impacting finance. Okay, so
Hmm.
that is the one thing you can learn. You can get a lifetime subscription to learning if you join
Right.
any of this chapter. Okay,
Correct.
and along with that, even after the CMA, after you get the certification, after giving the experience, and after submitting your all the BCom degree or any of
Hmm.
your graduation degree, you have to
Hmm.
maintain a CPA credits every year, okay,
Correct.
of the 30 hours. And
Correct.
while you maintain this CPA credits, you can learn a lot through webinars and seminars that IMA conducts. Okay,
Correct.
so that is where you can learn AI also, and it is
Hmm.
important to learn AI. AI is
Hmm.
like a drunk intern. You have to give the
Correct.
instruction.
Right.
So it's like AI may or may not take a job, but a person who
Correct.
knows AI will take. So yeah, I'll say
Correct.
that.
So I think half your job is done when AI is in picture. But when it comes to report it to someone like your CEOs or CFOs, ultimately AI can't be like, okay, yeah, this is
Yes,
your data.
yes, yes,
That's where we come in. Like our shoes are filled at that time. So yeah, I think it's neither a boon nor a curse, but we can definitely make use of it if we know the tool well. Because
yes,
at the end of the day, human interaction is everything. So
yes.
yeah.
You have
Then
to, you have
coming
to.
to right, coming to the last question for the hour. For someone who's still unsure about pursuing CMA, what would you say to convince them that this is not just a smart investment, but the right one for the future?
Okay, okay. So first thing I want to tell you is know why you are doing CMA. Okay, that is most important because
Correct,
if you choose a CMA and you are not studying, that is of no use, right? If you
right,
choose, you have to complete it. So know
right,
why you are doing CMA. Okay,
correct.
and if you are unsure, I and in the very beginning I was not sure about which
Hmm.
department I want to get in.
Hmm.
Okay, so it gives you an exposure to all the like study areas that I mentioned before. Okay, so that's the
Correct,
reason. If you're unsure, I think it can be one of the best thing to invest in. Okay, and it is
correct,
going to help you like exponentially in your future if you
right,
pair it up with the right technical skills and soft skills. I'm
correct,
giving much emphasis on this because companies are
right,
looking for this.
right.
So I'll say one thing: if you are doing CMA, while studying for the CMA, try to study in the way you're applying in the business. When you're
Right,
studying, try to explain it to yourself as if you're teaching to someone. And
correct.
along with that, studying for CMA, try to watch the business case studies and all these things.
Hmm.
And that is going to help you to relate the
Hmm.
concept. Okay, if you're
Hmm.
learning variance analysis, how you can relate it to any particular business,
Correct.
how you can relate to Zomato or anything.
Hmm.
Okay, to try to do
Right.
that, build technical skills. Also learn like SAP,
Hmm.
Excel, Power BI. I'm not saying learn completely. Every company teaches that. But if you
Hmm.
know the basics of these things, it is going to
Hmm.
give you an edge. And also
Hmm.
soft skills. It comes like
Correct.
how to plan, how to prioritize, time
Right.
management, communication skills with empathy. So along with CMA, these three things can help you to leverage your career. So focus on that. And I think if you're choosing, it is one of the best decisions that I took, and you can also go for that. Yeah.
Right. So, if all the questions are done, we will be now moving on to the Q&A section that we have
Yes.
filled up with questions right now for all the people. There is still one question which is pending, which
Yeah.
is that is USCMA degree valid only in USA or is it valid in other countries as well? And what type of work we have to do as a USCMA?
Okay, okay. So it is valid in India as well. You can see
Right.
people working over here. It is
Of course.
actually accepted in 100 plus countries.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And the work, for example, work you have to go is
Hmm.
basically, I'll say in a different department, the work role is different. Okay.
Right.
But after a point of a time, after the experience, you have to do something creative, like a creative with technical knowledge.
Hmm.
You have to help like management, CEO, CFO, you have to interact with them and help them in decision making. Okay, so I
Correct.
think most core part is decision making for CMA US.
Right.
Yes.
Then we have something which is after graduation, studying for USCMA and taking 2 years solely preparing for USCMA. Will it impact in resume negatively because only USCMA after graduation with Excel, Microsoft courses?
Okay, got it. So it
Okay.
will not impact negatively after
No.
graduation if you're pursuing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is definitely not going to, because nowadays, if you see the job market, it is very competitive out there. So
Correct.
just with a BCom, it's difficult to get into any of the MNC or even
Right.
in a startup. They are not
Correct.
taking it. Okay. Unless and until you are exponentially well, you have a great knowledge,
Hmm.
that is where you can go into that, but it is difficult to get in. So
Hmm.
definitely it is going to be an edge. But I'll say
Hmm.
while you are doing USCMA, you have to study for like 6, 7 hours. Okay. And if you
Right.
already have finance background, you might also require the less amount of work. So
Hmm.
along with that,
That is.
also build your technical skills. It is important. Like I'll not say it is not important, it is important. So go simultaneously. And if you do
Right.
simultaneously now, you won't get bored. Okay,
Right.
I cannot study for 6 hours straight. I need to do
Correct.
other things as well. So
Right.
this is my personal perspective.
And how is like Palak is asking how it's different from ACCA or CA? Like people don't need to know heavy accounting for all of this. So even like a baseline of accountancy works over here. So that's what she wants to be explained that okay, USCA में तो मैं कर लूंगी, but how is it
Huh.
different from an ACCA or a CA because I'm not interested into accounting as much. So how
Yes,
do you
yes.
tackle that?
So one thing is it does not require you much of the calculation. No
Yeah,
max is involved.
right,
No XY, no nothing like that is involved
right.
in here. That is one of the best part. Okay, and it's like more of the, you know
Hmm.
about the subject. Okay, you
Hmm.
are learning more into business. You are not just learning numbers. If you go into SCCA, definitely you are going to learn about taxation, audit. These are the subjects over there. But
Right.
in this, you don't have law, you don't have audit, you don't have taxation and all this. So these
Hmm.
are not the only areas. And
Hmm.
I don't think it's required of very good accounting skills. But if you are
Hmm.
good with accounting, that is going to be an edge over this. Yeah.
Fair.
I think I
And
have
number
answered it correctly.
yes, you have. Absolutely. I would also suggest all of my students that whatever basic accounting you do in your 10th, 11th, 12th, given that if you choose commerce, utna hi bahut hai because
Oh,
every company has different accounting standards. As a USCMA, you learn the international financial reporting standards, which is enough for you to at least land up a job. Later, you can decide whichever field or portfolio you want to enter.
yes.
Then there is Naman asking how difficult is it to get into a FP&A profile?
Okay. So basically, it's not way too difficult to get into. But
Hmm.
I'll say if you have couple of years of experience,
Experience.
yeah, then you can get into very easily, because if you take into any other profile as of now, you know
Hmm.
operations. Okay, you also know
Hmm.
operations, you also know how the business is working, and then you can move into FP&A. Okay, that is going to help you a lot because you have practical knowledge, you have the real world experience, and then you can do it.
Hmm.
But however, I know
Correct.
people who have directly gone into FP&A after
Right.
this. Okay, it is
Yeah.
possible to get directly also. You should be targeting the right things. That is the main like thing over here. Yeah.
Correct. So if in case you're already planning to get into FP&A, I have my students who have planned FP&A since part one only. Like after they
Yes.
completed part one, they got into FP&A, then
Hmm.
completed the finance wala paper, they're still working there. But
Yes.
now, 1.5 year work experience ke baad, now they're applying for IJPs. And no one is telling them a no. They're highly encouraged to go ahead with that route. So I think that
Yes.
should be a better profile to look up to. Then we have the
Yes.
last question for right now, which is I don't have a commerce background and my work experience is also in a different field.
Hmm.
I also have a career gap because of a lot of government examinations that I was preparing for. Now,
Hmm.
he wants to switch his profile, not a fresh graduate. Will this
Okay.
affect his job prospects even after completing the USCMA course?
Okay. So definitely you can get a good job after CMA US. Okay. It will require some kind of a patience and all.
Hmm.
Patience is essential. But
Yeah,
along with that, if you're building your skills, I think you can get into. And when it
definitely.
comes to like, you're not a fresh graduate, as you mentioned,
Right.
right? So I don't think it affects a lot as long as you have a graduation degree that is going to help you to get a license. Okay.
Correct.
And I don't think the career gap is also going to be a much area, just you have to explain it to the person who is taking the interview. Okay, if you can do that, I think it is going to happen, help you a lot. Yeah.
A lot when it comes to USCMA also matters how well are you able to present it. There are people
Yes.
who we've seen that fumble when it comes to, they have everything. They're good with accounting, accelerating their own scores, auditing, tax, all other fields of finance and accounts they're good at. But when it comes to communications or technicals is where they miss a chance to go ahead and maybe,
Yes.
because someone or the other, be it an MBA finance tomorrow who has the ability of every 6 months they have a reporting ka session where they provide slides and they give reporting ka pura speech and all. They're good with
Yes.
that. But when it comes to a
Yes.
normal BAS graduate, BCom graduate doing a USCMA, they have all the skills, but just because they can't present it well, they lose on that job opportunity and that sort of a salary that they're looking forward to. So
Yes.
the last question to end this would also be that while you are so good at communicating, your soft skills are on point. Was there any
Hmm.
perfect skill that you inculcated, or how did you get better at it, or was it just your experience? Was it our daily communication that got you there? Because I personally know a lot of students who are good when it comes to studies, technical backgrounds, everything. But communication is the only thing where they kind of lack.
That will lack.
Right.
Yes. Okay.
So
Okay.
how do
So I
you
think
see?
yes. Sorry.
So how do you see this as?
Okay, okay. So basically, what you can do, if you are in your graduation, you will have a great opportunities in your college. So try to participate in maximum thing, whether it is a
Right.
research project, whether it is giving a presentation, wherever
Right.
you get a forums where you can actually like explain something, wherever you can take a leadership thing or do any
Correct.
of this, try to take each and every opportunity. Okay, that
Correct.
is going to help you in communication skills. And beside this, IMA, it conducts
Hmm.
various chapters. Okay, so
Correct.
there also you have the opportunity to meet different people. Networking is also going to happen. There also you can develop your communication skills as well.
Correct.
Along with that, one thing I want to mention, after you complete part one, okay,
Hmm.
IMA has a tie-up with the four companies
Right.
like that is HP, EA,
Hmm.
Electronic Arts, okay, then DXC Technology, and
Hmm.
along with that Wipro. So even after
Right.
you complete your first part, you can get an
Right.
internship in these companies. Okay.
Exactly.
And
Yes.
yes, and there is a 90% chances that you can also get a PPO. I have seen people
Hmm.
getting that.
Hmm.
So
Nice.
that is when during the internship as well as during the chapters, you can develop your communication skills, other skills, time management, soft skills. That is important. Okay. So try to take every opportunity, whatever you can get. So yeah.
Hmm. Perfect. Any ending notes from your end before we end the webinar today?
I think I hope I have covered all the questions. If anything
Right.
is there, you can always reach out to me. Okay, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm available. I would be
Hmm.
able to help student as much as I can. Because in
Correct.
the very beginning, I also had the same doubt.
Right.
Is it
Right.
going to help me out? Am I
Right.
doing something wrong? Because we as a student has all this doubt. But then I'm
Correct.
like, okay, let's do it. I'll figure it out. Whatever happens, I'll
Right.
figure it out. So have
Right.
this attitude, work on the
Right.
things, and I'm sure in the near future you will get a good job. Okay,
Hmm.
and try to be proactive. Okay, even
Right.
at result, try to be proactive with teachers,
Right.
interact with them. Okay, if you're
Right.
joining, even at your college, try to ask questions because
Hmm.
curiosity, time management, and these things are going to help you to leverage. Even if you
Correct.
join any company, you have to ask multiple questions. If you
Right.
don't know, even if it's a basic question, ask it out. Ask it out.
Right.
No one is going to
At least.
care why you are asking this. Okay, just ask them the no-brainer question as well and
Hmm.
try to gain as much as information you can and try to
Correct.
compile it and use in your professional life. So this is
Correct.
my mantra. I ask a lot of questions, okay,
Right.
personally. So do it, and I'm
Hmm.
sure that it is going to help you out. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for all the insights today. And you may enjoy your weekend now. It was a lovely, lovely session. Definitely will reach out to you if you have any doubts or queries. And thank you for now.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining, and thank you so much. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right or not.
It's Ashlesha.
Ashlesha. Okay.
Perfect.
So thank you so much for this, giving me this
Yeah,
opportunity. And thank you,
perfect.
Meenal ma'am, as well. I don't know if she is present, and Zell
Yeah.
Education for this. Thank you so
Thank you so
much.
much. Bye.
Okay. Bye. Bye. Have a great day, everyone.
Thank you.